Oh, yes, yourself, Mr. Rose. You just worked a 12-hour shift today. How the fuck do you have the energy to make a live stream? Correction, Marvin. I worked a 12-hour shift yesterday and a 12-hour shift today. So I've worked 24 hours in the last 2 days. It's facts. So the only enjoyment I'm getting in this off season, other than on live streaming, of course, and fraternizing with the 6 or 7 or 8 people I have in my chat stream, with the ones in my Facebook Live, makes it a total about 13, 14. They say, what enjoyment do you get in life? Well, that's it. Just live streaming, getting about 5, 6 people in here. Other than that, that's it. That's all I need. I worked 12 hours today. Marvin said, God damn, you put 24 hours in 2 days? Yep. You get used to it. 12 hours is like 8-hour shift, bro. It ain't nothing. You can knock that down. But of course, working in today's society, you're pretty much working in masses plantation, according to a lot of people now. Working outside the house is part of masses plantation. But anyways, I watched the highlights earlier. Warriors, the Mavericks game 3. I was at work, so I didn't see the game. And I went ahead and looked at the highlights because I saw the final score. And looks like the Golden State Warriors are up 3-0. Ouch. And it looks like to me that the Golden State Warriors are going to win the series. They're going to close Dallas out. And I had the Warriors winning in 6 originally, but now it looks like it might end in 4. And I knew when this series started, I said, look, man, I know they got Luka Doncic and Dinwiddie and Jalen Brunson, and those guys have been stepping up in the playoffs. Nobody predicted them to beat Utah. Well, that was like a 50-50 split, really. And then when they played the Suns, I had Suns beating them in 6 originally. Dallas lost 3 road games in Phoenix and ended up winning a good one in Game 7. And that really sort of put Luka on the spotlight and said, oh, Dallas is for real. We're facing a Golden State team that is, and I knew from there, I said, Golden State has home field. And I think pretty much everybody predicted Golden State to win. But I think in the back of their mind, they're like, what if Dallas could play dark horse, and go for an upset? That's the way to put it. And then all of a sudden, Warriors drop game 1. Luka gets scratched in the face. No harm, no foul. And then game 2, Dallas was up 72-57. And then all of a sudden, Golden State came back and never looked back and won 116-108. And then game 3, the game was back and forth, to be fair. And Dallas had their lead. That the lead changed throughout the first half of the Mavericks game, the Mavericks Warriors game 3. And then Mavericks did have a small lead in the third, but it wasn't that much. And Warriors pulled ahead. And then I guess the help that Luka had from the rest of the team playing ice cold and not hitting any shots forced Luka to have to, basically get the ball over possession. Therefore, Golden State was able to, exploit that, take advantage of that, and then they were able to take the 3-0 lead, and unfortunately, I think that, Warriors are not only going to win this series, but honestly, I don't see a dog in this fight. I know Bruins still. I know you're a Celtics fan, but I think the injuries are going to catch up to you. I actually handpicked y'all as the favorite to give Warriors a 7-game series in the finals. Versus, I don't think Heat may go past Game 6, but I think that the problem with the Celtics is Horford going to be ready, and is Marcus Smart and all those guys going to be ready. Are they going to be ready for another 7-game series? Marcus Smart had a scary injury in that game 3. I do predict that the Celtics will beat the Heat in 7 games. That was my prediction. I'm going to stick with that. I think Celtics win game 4 tomorrow, and I think that series goes 7. I have a crazy hunch that the Boston takes it the full route, and I think they'll win in 7. But the question is, can you guys beat the Warriors in the finals? That's going to be the biggest question for the Celtics, and that's going to be a great NBA Finals to watch. I mean, either way, rather Heat or Celtics win it's going to be a good NBA Finals. But I still think Warriors are going to win. In fact, I'm willing to say that, Curry, at 33? I think maybe he's got 2 more runs in him, 2 or 3. 2 to 3 tops. But I think I think if they win this year, he could probably get 1 more. 5. Curry needs about 3 or 4 or 5 from there. But like I said, I like the Celtics. I think they got more depth to beat the Warriors in terms of like their mid-range and all that. But man, they had that injury bugs hitting the Celtics bad, man. And the question is, are they going to be fully healthy? Because Tatum's going to need a lot of help. And it can't be like the ball's going to be in his hands, because the Warriors got nothing but solid shooters and great defensive perimeter, man. I'm telling you, it's going to be tough for the Celtics, man. Celtics Heat, either way, they're going to have their hands in, man. And I wouldn't be shocked if Warriors come out of this. I mean, I hate to say it, but I mean, because considering the fact that the Heat been to the finals with that squad, so it's probably more pressure for the Heat to win than it is for Boston. Given the fact that Boston wasn't projected to even go this far to begin with, I think that the Celtics being in the what's up, Loyalty Houston? Let's see, Eastern Conference Finals are kryptonite. But see, I still think the Celtics are in we're not predicted even to go this far. I mean, I didn't have y'all going past Bucks, to be honest with you. So I think, and honestly, that was a win and win itself. But I still think the Celtics can come out of the East. I think that they'll beat the Heat in 7 in a tough road. I just wonder if you guys have what it takes to beat the Warriors, man, because that's going to be one hell of a team right there. And if Curry's healthy, if Thompson's healthy, and they got Poole didn't even have a good game today. Didn't even matter. Curry really didn't even have a good first half, but his second half shooting was just on point and just, man, those Warriors are tough to beat, man. I know from personal experience, man. We've lost to them 4 times. We lost to the Warriors 4 times. I think the Warriors are going to the finals again. Well, they are. Hopefully the Celtics and Tatum will bounce back. So far in my life, I've never seen the Celtics beat the Heat in the playoffs. I missed 2010. Oh, shit. Well, I mean, like I said, I to be honest with you, I know you guys are all like in the moment. I'm ready for the NBA draft. I'm ready for June to come around. I think it's June 23rd, Rick, is the draft. The Rockets are coming in at the 3rd pick, man. It's projected we're going to get Paulo Banchero, which that's going to be an excellent pick. I'm talking about 6'10", 250 pounds, solid power forward. We need a power forward. So, I mean, we got Deshaun Tate. He's good. Not saying he's not. We got David Nwamba, too, on the bench. He's all right, but that extra big helps big time, And then we already got Christian Wood at center, so that's good. We got Bruno Fernando coming off the bench. So this pick right here can definitely – I don't know if he'll be a starter right away, but I think, he'll come off the bench. And then just it may take a year to 2 or 3 to find out, what Banchero has to offer. But if Jabari Smith is available, I would say for the Rockets to take Jabari Smith over Banchero. But, again, we won't know. But the first 3 picks are going to definitely go. Holmgren should go number 1. He played with Jalen Suggs at Gonzaga. You're going to have also a Mobamba at power forward. Then they got, Wendell Carter Williams or whatever his name is. That dude's a beast. They got a cold squad over there in Orlando. They got RJ Hampton still off the bench. Orlando caught a good break. They'll have a Mobamba and Chet Holmgren will be the next Twin Towers in the league if they're used effectively. And then you'll have Jalen Suggs as the 2 guard, and you'll have Wendell Carter Williams bringing up the ball. bro, that's going to be a dual threat right there to have those four guys right there. Just those four names alone. Uh, in a couple of years, I think the Magic can make a push for maybe the play-in tournament or however you pronounce that stuff. But yeah, Chet Holmgren, a 7-foot center from Gonzaga. I wanted him bad. I wanted the number one pick. Number one pick, you get Holmgren. Now the 2 and the 3, it depends on what Oklahoma City does. Jabari Smith's a good pick. Banchero's a good pick. I think they'll go Jabari Smith. And then I think the Rockets will land 3. We'll get that power forward. And then after that, it's going to be a guard. It's nothing but guards after that. You got Keegan Murray. He's a good one. Ivy's another power, another point guard that's pretty good. So those are like the top 2 point guards that I know. And pretty much after the 5th pick, everything's just a crap shooting a bucket. You don't know who you're getting. You don't know who you're going to play with. You just know whoever I land is whoever I get. So, but yeah, Warriors are going to win. At least the Western Conference Finals. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. It just depends on the NBA Finals, which Heat team shows up, and of course, can the Boston Celtics stay healthy? That's really going to be the biggest question going into the finals, because it's already given Dallas is out. Dallas doesn't have any help. I said that before the series started. I said I got Warriors in 6, but I wouldn't be shocked if it ended in 5, because I said Dallas doesn't have any bigs to match those 3. I said I like Dinwiddie and Brunson, but they're just not at that level. They're not ready yet, and it clearly showed in this game. And of course, Dinwiddie, his best game was actually tonight. That he had the best performance all around. Like, his best game was tonight. So to give him respect, I think Dallas will have some players next year. And I think, if anything, Dallas might go after Rudy Gobert. I heard that that's a possibility, that they may go after him. Maybe it's some sort of trade. I don't know what Dallas would offer in that package, though. Maybe a whole bunch of first-round draft picks in the future. I don't know. Maybe some players, some role players. But, Andre Ayton, I don't know if he's going to re-sign with the Suns. He wants a max contract. I don't think the Suns are going to give him a max contract. Not 5 years, the max. Nah, he hadn't earned it. Even though he's been in the playoffs with 2 teams. And yeah, he can go to another team and get that contract. He can go to maybe even Sacramento or something and get that 5-year or that max contract, but he's not going to be with the team that's going to take him to the playoffs. He's going to be in a rebuilding team for the next 2 or 3 years, and he's not going to get those same perks. So if he was smart, you would let Chris Paul return, and then you sign some minimum deal for a year or 2, and then get your stats up so that you can get that max contract later. And they could even restructure Devin Booker's contract on the back end. They have those options, but the only Rachel says the problem is with the Phoenix Suns owner is Robert Sarver is very cheap. Yeah, he is. Absolutely. He was trying to get the city of Phoenix to pay like 90% on the new stadium, and the city said no. Yeah, I remember that story came out a couple of years ago. And Robert Sarver's he's not an owner that's he's a very cheap owner. He doesn't really make big offseason moves or anything like that. He just drafts. That's pretty much how his forte has always been. But yeah, I think Chris Paul should return to Phoenix. I think he looks like he's happy there. I don't see why he shouldn't at least sign another 2 years. I think Chris Paul could probably play 2-3 more years in the league and see if he can make another run, maybe beat the Warriors, or maybe even contend and maybe win 1 ring. He only needs to win 1. He doesn't really have to like go 3 or 4 rings. He just wins 1 and that's it. That's all he needs. Just win 1 before you get out the door. Win 1 before 40. He's 37, Rick. He just turned 37. Yeah. So that's going to be Chris Paul's got about 3 more years in him. If he's healthy, I mean, he looks healthy. I say at least next year, but I say I wouldn't even be surprised if he got 3 more years. As long as he stays healthy, I don't see why not. Don't let age be a discrimination, folks. Don't age hate, fool. No. Veronica says, what are your thoughts on Utah? You talking about the Mitchell situation with one to be traded? No, I think Gobert wants out. But I would sit down with Mitchell and Gobert and see if they would stay. Now, that's going to be kind of hard because it's going to be like, well, what else are you going to bring us to help us get over that catapult? Ingles had that terrible ACL injury, and therefore he was out. And to be honest with you, I would say I don't know if you can bring a free agent. Who's going to want to play in Utah though? Who can y'all bring? But if Mitchell demands a trade and Gobert, you can do what the Rockets did, maximize your potential with those two trades. I guarantee you with Mitchell, you're going to get with Donovan Mitchell, you're going to get a lot of trade value for that. I'm talking about draft picks galore. You can do like the OKC and the Rockets did, where we're good on first round draft picks for the next 4 or 5 years. So if you want to hit the reset button, you can do that. That's what we did. Our time was up, And I know with Utah, they've had some, opportunities to make like the NBA Finals, since in the late run in the 90s when they had those two. And I know you guys want to get back, and I understand that. But man, if I'm going to trade Donovan Mitchell, I'm going to get maximum potential for him. His stats alone is worth at least 3 first-round draft picks. You can get 3 first-round draft picks, a player or two in their mix, and do what the Rockets did with James Harden, maximized our potential. So see, why would I want to keep James Harden when I can trade him and get all these first-round picks? So, yeah, we're going to lose for a couple of years. I've already said that. We've had 2 losing seasons already. We're going to probably have another couple more, maybe 2 or 3 more. And let's develop Jalen Green, Kevin Porter Jr., and the other players that we got. Let's do that and then make another run back at it. Why keep James Harden? That doesn't make any sense. He's 31 now. We traded him when he was 30. That's perfect. And now we could just rebuild the right way, and there'll be a new set of players that you can like. And Jalen Green is going to be a beast in this league, man. Watch it, a peripheral all-star. I'm talking about top 5, my guy. Rockets at number 3 will get Banchero. If Jabari Smith is available, you take Jabari. Chet Holmgren's not going to land. He ain't going to land 3. Not even close. Chet will go 1 or 2. And if Magic don't pick him, that would be stupid. Jalen Suggs and Chet Holmgren had great chemistry in Gonzaga. You'd be a fool not to put them together. Crazy. Put Suggs and Chet Holmgren on the Magic with Mo Bamba and Wendell Carter-Williams. You got a squad. Oh, look, we got it says Daniel Berry, official Warriors 22 champs. What does LFG mean? I don't know what that means, bro. Oh, let's fucking go. That's what Rachel said. That's what's up. Yeah, Warriors are going to win. I've been told y'all that when they first won the first game. Like, yep, it's over. Now, the only way the Warriors would lose the finals is if the Celtics were healthy or the Miami Heat came ready. Because they got a squad, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying they don't, but you drag that shit out 7 games and then play the Warriors off of probably most likely a week rest. That's going to be tough, right? That's going to be a lot of pressure. But Golden State's going to have to go to Miami or Boston to start, and they got to fly East Coast. Maybe there's an advantage there. I don't know. I still think the Warriors are going to win the whole thing. I still think they are. I don't. Boston, Miami doesn't matter. I just want to see a good NBA Finals. What's up, LAOG? How's it going, man? Oh, man. Yeah, Golden State should win. And if they probably got maybe another run in them. As far as the Lakers are concerned, I don't know, man, what LeBron's going to do. I think it would be obvious to get John Wall and dump Westbrook out. We'll give them John Wall if they give us a pick. We may even do a swap and then buy out Westbrook's contract. Send him packing. And I think Westbrook will go to the Sixers. Daryl Morey and him are on good terms, so he'll probably bring in Westbrook to help, but I don't think Harden and Westbrook will make really much of a difference in Philly. That's what when they say another star, I'm thinking it's probably Westbrook most likely. Or they may even bring Ayton in. I don't know. I mean, they may give him the max contract. I don't know. That's going to be a tough question in the offseason to answer. Who's the Thunder take it to? Probably Jabari Smith. That would be the smart move. Then we're going to take Rand Banchero at 3. I think number 4 will probably go Ivy. I think Keegan Murray will go 5. That's what I'm thinking, the top 5 NBA picks. And there's a couple of guards after that that are good, that are decent. But the NBA draft, there's only 3 good power forwards and centers. And they'll go 1, 2, and 3. Holmgren, Jabari Smith, Banchero. Those are the only 3 names you need to hear if you're looking for a center or power forward. Those are the only 3 notable names. The rest of them are trash. Crabs in a bucket. It's like one of those things where you just draft a guy in like the 15th pick, and then maybe 6 years later he becomes good. That's the best you'll get after that. And for guards, there's probably about 4 or 5 guards. So really at about the 7th or 8th pick, it ain't gonna matter. It's just a bunch of no-name guys that come in. That's the thing I hate about the NBA draft is after like the 5th pick, you just get tuned off. You all you want to know is who got drafted 1, and then maybe 2 and 3, and after that, you're like, let's change the channel. That's it. NFL draft, you can watch the whole first round, the whole second round, maybe even the third round, and you're just all pumped up. You get all these players, you got good names that go like round 7. You're like, all right, cool. So I can watch an NFL draft. It's just the NBA draft is just so, it's just like there's only a few good names. It's not like it was the 97 draft, the 84 draft, the 2003 draft, the draft in 2011, where you had a bunch of people coming out of college and you knew everybody. It's not like that anymore. Now it's just kind of like 1, 2, 3 guys, tops 4 guys. Like I named you the top 3. I named you 3, the top 3 that's going to go Holmgren, Jabari Smith. Then number 3 is going to go to Banchero. That's who we're going to draft. Number 4, the Kings are going to draft probably Ivy. And then Keegan Murray will go 5. And then everything else is just a crapshoot. It's going to be nothing but guards and wingmen. That's it. So that's all you need to know. Top 5 right there. That's it. I just named you the top 5 players that are going to get drafted in the NBA. That's all you need to know. After that, the rest get drafted. They'll be in the D League. You'll never hear from them again. Maybe 1 or 2 here or there. That's it. NBA is just that's the way the draft kind of has been constructed the last 4 or 5 years. Yeah, Rick says after the 3rd pick, I'm already turning the channel. Yeah, pretty much. You just want to know who the Rockets pick at 3, and then that's it. And then, of course, you're a Kings fan. Number 4 probably go Ivy. And then I think Keegan Murray will be 6. And then that's pretty much it. That's how the NBA goes. It's just, the NBA draft is not – you can never compare the NBA draft to the NFL draft. NFL draft, people are watching all 8 rounds, all 7 rounds. And then for NBA, it's just like 3 good guys. That's it. 4 good guys in the draft. And you just go 1, 2, 3, 4. And after that, you're like, okay, I'm turning it to watch Netflix or something. But yeah, Golden State Warriors are going to win. So don't be surprised if they win the NBA Finals. Yeah. You heard it from me. You miss your Seattle Supersonics? Man. Who are my favorite players on the Sonics? I would have to say Sean Kemp, obviously. The Glove, Gary Payton. Detlef Shrimp. I don't remember anymore. Those are only like 3 notable names. Of course, Rashad Lewis played for the Seattle Sonics before they slightly went to the Thunder. You had Rashad Lewis. You had didn't what's his name play for y'all? Jameer McGee or something. Oh, y'all had Ray Allen. That's right. Ray Allen. He was a beast. Yeah, he played for the Bucks too, surprisingly. Yeah, he's played for the Bucks too for a while. And then he went to the Celtics and sold out Garnett and Paul Pierce, and that's why they hate him, for that. Because he ended up going to the Heat. No, he went to the Heat after that because they won a title together, and then he ran off to the Heat, and then they hated like Ray Allen for a long time. He's like most hated in fucking Boston. You just don't do that. Sean Kemp, I don't think he won a ring. I think he came close. I know he went to 1 finals, I think. but that was it. But yeah, don't get me wrong, man. I wish Seattle Supersonics came back. They tried to move the Kings, but nah, those Kings fans ain't having it. They were going to burn down Sacramento if you move those damn Kings. It's just. I think they should just. The way the Sonics should do it is just make another team, another franchise. But that probably means you're going to have to go 32 teams, because that means you have 15 in each conference. So you'd have 16 and 15. That would kind of make it imbalanced. So you'd have to bring 2 expansions. I think Seattle would be perfect. That would be for the West. Then that means you have to have one for the East. So what city in the eastern part of the bracket would y'all think would be a good place to have one? I'm thinking this would be a good place, but maybe I'm wrong. But I got 2 guesses. One, Pittsburgh get a basketball team, even though technically they're Wizards fans, that they would be kind of like more like Washington Wizards fans, maybe, or Sixers fans. So maybe that doesn't count. But they could go Pittsburgh, or I'm thinking maybe Nashville. I think Nashville would be a great place to have an East. They could be Eastern Conference because they could be on the east side of Tennessee. Well, even though they got the Memphis Grizzlies, but that would be cool. Or maybe even you can even put a team in New Jersey and bring the Nets back. Instead of the Brooklyn Nets, you could bring like New Jersey back. Maybe give Jersey a team. That would be cool. You know, do something a little like different. Oh, the Seattle Kraken. That'd be cool. What up, Coach Donte? Want to jump in here and talk basketball with me or what? I don't know if you're up for it. I can use the other guests. Oh, yeah, I'm going to address the second part, Rick. Oh, about another note? Yeah. You know, I'll talk a little bit more basketball, then I'll address that. Oh, the NHL team. That's the new one y'all got, right? The Seattle Kraken. We used to have an NHL team. It was AAA. It was called the Houston Aeros, and we were the farm system to the Minnesota Wild. So that's why like a lot of these fans from Houston down here got Minnesota Wild jerseys, because that's where all of our players go from the farm system. So to cut travel costs, I think it was in 2011 or 2012, the Aeros decided to move, and they are now in Iowa. They're in Iowa, basically. All right, I'm gonna send it to your Instagram. Give me a minute. It's been a minute since I've seen you, Coach Donte. So it's good to see you again. Go to my Instagram real quick. I'm gonna send you the link, bro. First, let me find you in here. Shit. I'm gonna send you the link, bro. Give me a minute. Shit. It says I got one request on here. Hold on real quick. It's Coach Donte, right? Okay, yeah. Let me send you the link, bro. Yeah, I see you right now. All right. Yeah, I sent you the link, bro. You can jump on in. Miami won without Jimmy for 2 quarters, and refs helping the Celtics. Oh shit! Like I said, I'm not saying that Miami or Boston can't beat the Warriors, but man, that's gonna be a tough team to beat, bro. Miami's gonna have to be fully like ready. Boston's gonna have to be fully healthy. Boston, the problem with the Celtics is they're not fully healthy, in my opinion. I don't think they could be able to drag that series out against the Warriors. I'm looking at because I still think Warriors are going to win the whole thing, but I'm thinking what team gives them the best chance of maybe giving them a 7-game series. I like the Blazers now. You like the Blazers? Yeah. Damian Lillard, I wonder where he's going to go. Now Texas, we had the Arrows, but we moved to Iowa. So they were the Iowa Arrows for a couple of years, and now there's someone else. They got another team. Yeah, the Houston Arrows got like a really cool logo. Oh, Trailblazers. Yeah, I think Portland needs to trade Damian Lillard and do what the Rockets did with Harden. Get maximum potential. It's no sense in keeping Lillard there. It doesn't make any sense. If I'm Portland, I hit the reset button. You only have one asset, and that's Damian Lillard, which he's 30 years old, right at the prime where Harden was at. He's at that prime where he would be an excellent guard on a contending team, and whatever team offers you the best bid, you take it. I don't care if it's Orlando. I don't care who it is. I'm taking the best offer that the best team is willing to give, and you better give the house. You better. I ain't taking nothing less than the house for Lillard, because when the Rockets traded Harden, we were listening to trades for like 3 months, and there were teams coming up with all these offers, but we're like, no, we're going to take the best deal. And when Harden's like, I want out, we're like, no, we're going to take the best fucking deal, even if you have to fucking wait, you bearded bastard. You're going to wait. You're on our fucking time. You know what I'm saying? We'll trade you when we're ready, when we get the best deal. And then when he threatened to sit out and stuff, the minute when James Harden sat in the podium and said, I don't think this can be fixed, the Rockets did not, the front office didn't hesitate at that point. They deactivated him and told him, don't even bother like showing up to the arena. They made a firm message to his bitch ass. And then as soon as they, ask Donte if I'm lying, 12 hours later, Harden was traded the minute he said that. At first, he was just like, was crying about getting traded and when am I going to get traded? Dude, we're going to wait for the best fucking offer. You're the best player, or one of the top 10 player in the league. And this is the time when Harden was hitting all of his shots and was baiting the refs and all that. So we're going to maximize our potential. And when he was demanding trade before the All-Star break, demanding trade, we're like, we'll trade you when the time is right. And then the following year, he plays, I think, like 8 games or 9 games with us, 10 games. And he's like, I don't think this, after the Lakers came in and whooped our ass twice in a row, he sits there and says, I don't think this can be fixed or whatever. And it's like, we already know that, dumbass. And we're getting rid of you. And so when the front office just said, enough's enough, deactivate him, 12 hours later, he was gone. Not even a whole day later, that bearded bastard was sent packing his bags. And the funny thing was, he was actually deactivated, and he was trying to show up to the next game, and we didn't even let him come. So we're just like, no, because we had a game the next night. Like, nah, dude, you'll be gone by tomorrow. And that was the end of that. That it was over, because at that point he was already throwing players under the bus. It was so toxic. It was like, I would rather just get rid of you right now. And it has been just too long now. This is toxic. This is too long. Putting up your shit for over a year. You got to go. Enough's enough. We're tired of it. Then he starts throwing everybody under the bus, saying that Cousins was trash and that John Wall's overrated. And he's actually right about all those players too, by the way. He's absolutely right, but so is he. So we're just said, we're going to get rid of you first. So James Harden did us a favor. We traded him, got maximum picks for him. We maximized his deal. We won at the end, not him. And even though, like, people say, well, you're going to be a losing team for a long time. Absolutely. But guess what? We're in the right direction going forward. We're rebuilding. So we're retooling. It's cool. We got all these draft picks. We're sitting on top. We got 2 first-round draft picks the next 5 years. We're good. Trust me. Till 2028, we're good. And then we got like conditional second-round picks. We got like an extra second round. Bro, we're good. I think in next year's draft, we're going to have 3 first-round picks. So we're straight. Trust me, we're good. So the Rockets are in position to rebuild. Well, Matt, all the players that were demanding trade were all washed up has-beens. They ain't shit anyway. Oladipo, another player that denied. Speaking of that piece of shit, he turned down a 2-year, $49 million extension for us, which we would have got fucked if he would have took that deal. So back then when he denied it, I was mad. But now going back and looking at it, I said, you know what? That was actually pretty good that he turned it down. He did us a favor because we wouldn't have got the team. We wouldn't have got the cluster of players we got if he would have taken that deal. We would have had no choice but to play him just because of the contract. So when he denied the $49 million extension for 2 years, look at the deal Miami gave you. What was it? The players minimum, 1 year, players veterans minimum, 1 year, $5 million. Bon voyage, Oladipo. That's all I got to say, you piece of shit. I'm glad he's gone. And as far as Cousins is concerned, he played for us for 25 games. He gave us some really good stats, and then at the end, he just turned into a whiny crybaby who was picking up unnecessary technicals and getting, he basically his attitude gets the best of him, and that's why Cousins can never get past a 10-day contract. That's why, because every time you sign him, he'll give you 1 or 2 good games, and then he starts whining and bitching. And then, he says, I don't like my role. I need more minutes. And he's not doing anything anyway when you have him on the court. I mean, I think he was averaging like 4 points a game for us at the very last 6 games. Nah, man, fuck that guy. And then you have the nerve to be making demands. The only good thing about Cousins is he just picks up unnecessary technicals in a game you're already down by 30 anyway, and you're already going to lose. So I just said, you know what? You got to go. So I just said, you know what, man, this rebuild is going to have to be nothing but rookies. I don't want any veterans on this team. I don't want none. No veterans at all. In fact, I was hoping we could get rid of John Wall in the offseason because he opted in on his contract. That's going to eat at our salary cap now. The $37 million he opted in on this year? So he opted in on his last year. So, he's going to eat up a lot of money and not doing anything for it. So, in my opinion, I think we should just trade him to the Lakers and let the Lakers deal with him. LeBron likes him anyway, and maybe it might work out. And then the Lakers can eat up his contract because they're already overpaying a bunch of players anyway. So, you could just add another contract. Then they'll give us Westbrook's contract, and then we'll probably agree to some sort of buyout. And then Westbrook will probably shop around. I think Westbrook will probably be good on an East Coast team. He did good with the Wizards. I think he may be good in a Sixers jersey just because him and Morey got a good relationship. I think he likes playing with James Harden, so maybe the Sixers, I think, may sign him and pick up that contract because there's nobody even over they're not even over the cap anyway. So that would be a great deal for the Sixers to acquire Westbrook and see if maybe they can gel something with Harden and one last hoorah or something. But and Eric Gordon. I love Eric Gordon. He's a great mentor, great veteran. I think it's best for him to shop elsewhere. I think the Rockets should trade him for respect. I respect Eric Gordon. He can shoot the three, great dribble and hand skills, good on the defense. He has on and off games, sure, but who's perfect? He could be a good starting shooting guard on another team. I think Eric Gordon would be a great role player on another team like Miami or let's say a Boston or something, and help fortify their team. Like a team that can use him that's a contender. Maybe even Utah may even want his services just to help out Rudy Gobert and Mitchell. So if I'm the Rockets, I would trade Eric Gordon out of respect. I would just say I think it's just best for both parties if you go somewhere else. Why would you want to stay here while we're rebuilding? That's not fair for you. You're getting older. You ain't getting younger. You're not 21. He's like 34, 35. Eric Gordon needs to go. Well, Eric Gordon's probably like 30, 31, but he needs to go somewhere else. He needs to go to a contending team. It's not fair to keep him here. And I think the Rockets, out of respect, should trade him. That's why I think that the Rockets need to clean house of all the rest of our veterans. John Wall wanted to play for us last year, but there's no point. Why would John Wall wanted to play for us last year, Rick? That's good, but the question is why? Why should we allow him to play for us? Because last year he gave us a lot of crap, and that's why I just said, you know what? Let's just bench him anyway and just see what happens. Sure, we're gonna eat up a lot of cap, but what does it really matter when he's in the game anyway? It's not even really about John Wall. It's about the rest of the Rockets, young players trying to groom them and gel together and form some sort of like our new Rockets. You know what I'm saying? Right? And everyone's like, oh, we're gonna have losing seasons. It's like, well, it wasn't gonna change anyway. Even if John Wall was starting, you're gonna have John Wall, and then we'll have, of course, Jalen Green and Kevin Porter Jr. That's a good combination there. But what does that do for us? Like, that doesn't benefit Jalen Green. It doesn't benefit, because John Wall is going to shoot the ball way more. And and even if he does score 30, it doesn't benefit us because we're going to have to eventually get rid of him anyway. I just want to see what our young guys have. I'm willing to take a heavy loss for that. John Wall demands to play this year. Well, he's going to play for another team. He opted in, and he thinks that's his chess move to fucking get us to start him. No, the Rockets already ate more of that last year, sitting him on the bench. He didn't play a single minute last year. If he opted in on his deal, he thinks that's gonna put pressure on us to force him to play. No, it's not, because when he does that, all you're doing is you're just going to tell us that we're just going to sign and trade you somewhere. That's cool. Like, whatever team acquires you, they're going to eat that contract. The Rockets will get rid of John Wall before next year's training camp. If he thinks opting in is going to force the Rockets, force their hand, oh, we're going to start you now because it's going to eat more of our cap. No, we ate more cap last year, and he didn't play a single game. So, trust me, the Rockets are under the cap. We'll eat that money, but we'll trade him. The Lakers are desperate, and trust me, LeBron James will be on the phone calling us. You think the Sixers would take John Wall? Yeah. You mean like just straight trade him for cash? We could do that. Let the Sixers pick up John Wall. Look, John Wall will be good somewhere else. He just doesn't need to be here anymore. I'm past him already. I'm moving on. I want Jalen Green. I want Kevin Porter Jr. part of the offense next year. Those two guys are the new it guys here. They're the two guys. They're the man. And Eric Gordon, I just think he needs to go. Just for respect. I will sit him down. I said, listen, not personal. It's not fair for you to sit through this. Let us rebuild and let you move on somewhere else and try to win. Who knows? Golden State may even pick him up. There you go, Daniel Barry. Hey, man, your team looks good, bro. I'm not hating. Warriors look good. I heard Poole didn't even have a good game today either. That's what I heard. I think he had like 10 points in like 20 minutes or something like that, 22 minutes. It might have changed from when I saw the stats. I'm like, he really didn't shoot lights out. Yeah. Like I said, Cousins go back to the Kings for what? What is he going to do there? Is that like his going away tour retirement party? Trust me, no one will miss DeMarcus Cousins when he retires. The guy's just bad news, man. He just has bad attitude. Well, I think his contracts last 10 days on a what they call it, it lasts 10 days on a what's the term they call that on a temporary like experiment. They're waiting for him to fuck up. And he will, because his attitude will never ever ever change. DeMarcus Cousins just got a bad attitude. He's doing it with the Nuggets already. Before you know it, they will get rid of him. And he'll just be going from team to team until finally they just said, enough's enough, get the hell out of here. It's not worth it having you here no more. Having a bad attitude will get you nowhere, man. It's just eventually it'll catch up to you. Don't matter how talented you are. I've seen some dudes that were talented in their craft. It's just their attitudes were not good. So guess what? They couldn't communicate with people. They couldn't work with people. You know how people say I'm not a people person? Like they'll say, like, you ever hear those people say, I'm not a people person, I don't get along with people. Those are the type of people you never want to have around, because that means they're gonna give you problems. And like, you know what? I'll rather just train somebody else and maybe take some L's than keep you around, and it's pretty bad. Yeah, dude, you gotta go. We had a guy like that in the construction business, like for my dad's company. Good guy, man. His work was immaculate. I mean, the great guy, Puerto Rican guy too. And he was a cool dude. Bald-headed guy, kind of had the Vin Diesel look. And he was a good guy, man. Had kids. He was a family man, good dude. Everything, a woman would see in him and would want in a man. And, he was a working man. Never questioned that. He was good at his craft, but he had a bad fucking attitude. And after a couple times, okay, come to work, that's cool. But actually, he started losing us business. And it got to the point to where customers were like, all right, I don't want this motherfucker here no more. You know what I mean? Because he's giving me problems. And it's just when you went up to him, he just had an attitude, went off on you. Like he just thought he was irreplaceable. His ego got the best of him. And finally, we're just like, you know what, dude? Go fuck yourself. Get out of here. And then he finally left. Like he left after that. And I never heard from him since, but he was a good dude. Just couldn't work with him. He just had a shitty attitude. And every little thing set him off. And it was just, that's what Cousins reminds me of, that kind of guy. He can give you rebounds, maybe put up 8-9 points a game now in this stage of his career. And he'd be a great role man. Maybe a LeBron James may be able to talk him into coming and playing. And it would have to be it would have to be on a short term. He's a loose cannon. You can't have Cousins on your team. And the Rockets found that out after 25 games of his shit. After that, man, he was gone. I think he got ejected twice, 2 games in a row during a 20-game losing streak. And he just started cussing out like some of the players on the team, stuff like, you know what? We're just going to release you, dude. That's it. No more of this shit. You're gone. I mean, just all these fucking egos. Rick says we had a lot of bad luck with a lot of bad egos 2 years ago. Yeah. We had Harden's bullshit, Oladipo's bullshit. We had fucking Cousins bullshit, John Wall's bullshit, Westbrook's bullshit. And, even Chris Paul was okay. I like Chris Paul. He was the only one that seemed decent. Howard was being a diva. All these loose cannon guys that we were getting on our team, and they couldn't work together, and they just started becoming a problem in the locker room. And finally, you're just like, you know what? After losing 20 games in a row twice, I looked at this roster of all these veterans which should have won us 40-something games that year. And not Jalen Green, but I think Kevin Porter Jr. was on the bench and all that. And I'm like, you know what? Let's just hit the reset button fully. Let's just hit the whole reset button and get rid of all these veterans. Because what are you doing anyway? You're losing fucking 20 games in a row. Dude, we were like 5 and 30 something. I just sat there and looked at this whole roster. I'm like, you had John Wall, you had Cousins, Oladipo, all these great name veterans on the team, and none of them got along with each other. And then they didn't get along with any of the rookies. So all those other rookies couldn't get in the game. All of them had egos. And you just kept losing and losing. I'm just sitting there watching. I'm like, dude, we're losing to good teams, but we're losing to really bad teams too. And I'm looking, I'm like, after about 20 losses in a row, I said, you know what, dude? What's the difference between losing 20 games in a row with these guys and losing 20 games in a row with young guys that you can bring up and let them gel and see what you got? Christian Woods didn't get to play. None of these guys got to play because of this. And I just said, you know what, man? I think the Rockets need to cut all these motherfuckers. Just get rid of all of them. All these veterans, just get them, because it was just a bad work and place environment. And it just every fucking game we're getting blown out. And all these veterans were in there crying about not getting minutes, not working together. Oh, well, I can't make this game. I'm going to sit out this game. I'm not coming this game. That was John Wall, which he fails to admit that now. But he was like, oh, I'm not going to play this game, but I'm going to play. I'll play in this next one. Like, what? So the fact is just like, you know what, man? Let's get rid of them one by one. And then Oladipo, after the 2-year, $49 million extension we offered him, he turned down. He fucked himself over. Now, he might win a ring with Miami, maybe. And that's still maybe. But his contract is 1 year, veterans minimum of $5 million. So I'm happy that he turned our contract down looking back. Because back then I was pissed. But now I look back, I'm like, you know what? I'm kind of glad he turned it down because we wouldn't have had the players and all the draft pick capital we got now. I said, this is perfect that we got rid of this motherfucker. So I'm glad. And I wish the world of shit for him anyway. I have no love lost for him. And then as far as Cousins, he's who he is, I mean he'll never get past the 10-day contract ever. So if he wants to badmouth Houston, fine, be my guest. But the difference is we're moving forward and he's still stuck in his own ways. So we're good. Like Jalen Green, Kevin Porter Jr. are going to be studs. We got Matthew Garrison, probably the next Kyle Korver in the league. I'm telling you what, remember the name Matthew Garrison and go look at his stats on the Rockets. This dude is a spot-up shooter. He runs from side. He reminds me of a Rip Hamilton, Kyle Korver. Trust me, we're good. We're moving on with the new age Rockets, a new young team that's resilient, got great energy and great attitude and great team morale. And we were the shittiest team this year. Okay. But we're going to rebuild for something a lot bigger. And if this takes us the full 3 or 4 years, I'm willing to wait. I got patience. So Cousins can talk shit about the Rockets and the front office and all that and how he should have gotten a bigger role. And it's whatever. Rick said, I heard the other day, he said Houston was the worst out of every team he played for. Well, he can say whatever he wants, but let's put it like this. Ask him all the teams he's played for and ask him the last 5 years which team he played for the longest was us. Every other team was 10 days and they refused to sign him. Why? Because he has a bad attitude. And it shows. And he's a washed up fucking has-been, overrated piece of shit. So he can down us all he wants to. Denver, he won't last there. I guarantee he's going to give him problems the start of the year this year. Guarantee it. Then they'll get rid of him. His last place he's going to go to is back with LeBron in LA because LeBron's desperate for another ring. So he'll go to Cousins to come do one more banana boat ride with his boys. And he may get Cousins on the bandwagon of that one. But good luck with that. Have fun with that, LeBron. But anyways, Cousins is a piece of shit. I'm glad he's gone, never coming back. Jalen Green's going to be a star in this league in fucking like 2 to 3 years. He's going to be a peripheral fucking all-star. Trust me, we're good. I don't care about what Cousins has to say. Tell him to get past the 10-day contract. Tell him to get past his 10-day contract. And next time I place a bid for him is the next game he gets ejected from because he can't control his temper. So, yeah, he'll be good. Rick says he'll be good with LA for 1 year and maybe win a ring, but after that, he'll give him problems. He's basically the NBA's Odell Beckham. Yeah, basically. That's the way you want to put it. He's basically NBA's Odell Beckham. That's a good way, Rick. I'm glad you said that. Because you're right. Well, the thing with Harden is when he said that can't be fixed, yeah, you're right. We can't fix you. So we're going to get rid of you. Trust me, Harden, he still has he still says great things about Houston, but let's just be honest, we won that trade. All the first round picks we are fucking loaded on first round picks. Us and the Thunder are in great draft position the next 4 or 5 years. We are good. And if Utah is smart, I would trade Mitchell and do the exact same thing. For the long term, I would say Gobert and Mitchell. I would say, listen, What do you want to do? You want to be here or not? Oh, no, we don't want to be here. We want to be traded. Okay, perfect. Cool. And in this offseason, if I'm the Jazz, maximize your potential, Veronica, because you asked, you're a Jazz fan. Get your potential for Donovan Mitchell. I'm talking about 4 or 5 first-round draft picks. That's what he's worth. Do the same thing with Harden. Go look at his stats. He's putting up the same numbers Harden did in his prime. So you can get draft position. Trust me, don't bend. If I'm Utah, get 3, 4 first-round draft picks easily for Mitchell. And you'll be just like us. You'll be in position to make great draft picks in the NBA draft next year and just play the waiting game. That's it. Look at the Warriors. They had to draft all their guys they got. Look at all the players they had to draft. Curry from Davidson, Thompson from Michigan State, or was that Draymond Green? I don't know what school Thompson went to. And the players they had to get, same thing. I don't respect certain egotisticals and delusions of bad attitudes from certain people. I think we all do. Who do I think wins it all? Golden State. Rajon Rondo had an attitude too. Yeah. And they never last. He said Harden sucks. I agree, Matt Ogden. I almost called him Matt Harden. Let's see. I heard rumors Milwaukee's taking Lillard. Oh, and Coach Donte, what's going on?
What's good, man? What's up?
What's good, my dude?
I'm doing great, man. How you doing?
Hey, man, let me tell you something. The Texans hit good on this draft.
Yep. I've been talking about it all year long, man. Every time I collab with people, man, we hit the nail right on the head.
This is our best draft. This is our best draft since the year we got Watt, JJ Watt.
I gave this an A+ draft. I gave this an A- draft because the only reason I gave us an A-, not an A+, because about the other 2 guys I actually don't know. But I think, like I say, if you look at how we drafted, I like the balance we drafted in. Getting Derek Stingley Jr. defense, the best corner by far in the draft. He had the best 2019 tape as a freshman. You look the way he locked down guys his freshman year. I mean, 4-3 speed, man coverage, zone coverage. He plays all of that.
Talk to me.
I'm telling you, man, you're gonna like this stuff when I'm saying, man, a lot of stuff to like about these guys.
Then we got an offensive lineman.
We got an offensive lineman that's right up out of Houston. Right up the street. Don't have to move far. Kenyon Green is a beast, man. He from Atascocita High School down the street.
Yeah, and he's a top 5 offensive lineman in the NFL.
Yep, he was regarded as probably
coming out of college, according to ESPN. Yeah,
yep, he was regarded as probably as the best interior offensive lineman at that time. We traded back back from 12 to go to 15 with the Eagles spot because the Eagles desperately needed a receiver, but they did get Jordan Davis, which is we could have stayed back. It kind of took Kyle Hamilton off the board if we were still staying pat. We had multiple options if we stayed back at 12.
Oh yeah, Garrett. Yeah. Oh yeah, I didn't know Garrison Matthews played for the Celtics.
Yeah, he played for the Celtics and he went to the Wizards. He played for the Celtics and the Wizards.
Oh, he played for the Wizards, but man,
that's where we got him from. That's where we actually got him from.
Tell me if Garrison Matthews doesn't remind me of a Kyle Korver. That's like Kyle Korver in him. He catch and shoot. That dude is pretty good, man.
Yeah, that dude is pretty good at shooting, man. He's a pretty reliable. I think
he has potential to be a starter. Smart.
Yeah, he could be. He plays hard too, man. The dude plays a little bit of a hard too again. But I mean, getting Jalen Petrie too, man. Jalen Petrie is gonna be something still, bro. That dude at safety, that dude at safety is gonna be some. I mean, like I said again, you gotta look. We got 5 starters day one that's gonna play right from the jump.
Yeah.
Opening day with the Colts. You got 5. So we got 5 starters basically that's gonna play on day one.
Oh, we good. Then we got John Michie the third. Third string receiver to complement Cooks and Nico Collins.
Yep. And he would have been a first round pick. He would have been a first round pick if he didn't tear his ACL up. That would have been a first round talent pick right there. He would have been at least top 20 if he didn't tear his ACL. And we got one of the most underrated linebackers in Christian Harris from Alabama. Christian Harris from Alabama is solid.
Rick wants to know who you got for winning the NBA Finals.
Oh, it's kind of tough, man. Like I say, I got the Heat in 7 games. I
I
got
have
the Heat.
Boston in 7.
Yep. It can
Okay, so
go
we're
either way,
split.
man.
Okay, we're split. Who
Yeah,
we
it
got?
can. Huh?
Obviously got Warriors, right?
Oh yeah, it's obviously
All
Warriors,
right, so who
man.
you got for the finals?
I got the Heat and Warriors in the finals, and I'm not gonna lie, man. I want the Heat to kind of win the championship, man. I
Damn,
got
you
some,
got Miami? Okay.
I got respect for Jimmy Butler, man. It's just the respect level for Jimmy Butler. That dude kind of fits the mentality, man, of like again, man, wanting to win, and then everywhere he went, everywhere he got traded to, he went to he made an impact on every single team. Man, golly, come on, man. Minnesota ain't made the playoffs in about goddamn 15 years before they got this, man, and all of a sudden
Oh, that's right.
they come into a playoff team, and then he leave, they go back to sweet and sugar again, and then before they finally get Anthony Edwards, and then they finally make the playoffs in his second year.
Well, you gotta admit, man, Towns
Yeah,
came through, and then they got what's his name too, Patrick Beverly.
Patrick Beverly, he was a difference maker in that locker room, bro. You love him when you love Patrick Beverly when he's on your team, but you hate going against him. That's one thing about it. You hate just going against the goddamn dude when when you're down playing against him. You love him on the roster, but you just hate going up against him. Actually, he does.
So who wins Game 4 tomorrow? Celtics or Heat?
Yeah. It depends. Is Tatum playing? Is Tatum playing?
Yeah.
If Jimmy Butler playing, like I said again, I'm gonna go with the Celtics, man. I'm gonna go with Celtics to even the series up a little bit.
Yeah, I got to go in 7. So
yeah, I got the Celtics.
I got to split it 2-2.
Yeah, I got the Celtics to win it to win the game.
All right, Rick wants to know, who do you think the Rockets draft at number 3 in the NBA draft?
Pablo Banchero out of Duke. Pablo Banchero. Me and my buddy Matt, we've been.
Is it Banchero with a V or Ban with a B?
It's Banchero. I think it's a B. It's B. I always say Banchero. Pablo Banchero. I always say that. But yeah, it's Pablo Banchero with a B. He's pretty good, man. That guy.
I wanted that number 1 pick.
Yeah, I did. I wanted that number 1 pick just to get Jabari Smith too. But again, we getting another good guy forward.
You wanted Jabari over Chet Holmgren?
I don't think we need a virtual inside though like that. I don't really think we need another center like that due to the fact that we did draft Şengün last year and we still got Christian Wood. So again, I don't think, that's why I said I wouldn't mind having Chet Holmgren, but dude that we just drafted Şengün last year, Şengün, who did do good last year. He was very good last year, and then we got Christian Wood. So I just don't think a center in need for us is a need for us. Şengün emerging, and then you still got Christian Wood. I don't think we're trading him anytime soon. Yes, we're gonna lose Bruno Fernando, but I still don't.
We're losing him?
Yeah, we're gonna lose him. He's a free agent. I believe he's a free agent. Unless we sign him back, unless we re-sign him back, again, that's the only way. But I don't think a center is all need. I think Christian Wood and Şengün can hold it down for us. But then again, I think all need is a small forward. And I've been saying that I just don't think Jae'Sean Tate is a typical starter. I think he's better coming off the bench because his inability to shoot consistently for Jae'Sean Tate. He does everything else well, but his inconsistent shooting is not what's up. And Pablo Banchero, you can put him at that 4 position and you can put him at that 3 position. He dribbles good enough to play the 3, and then he can shoot too. He's not afraid of the big moments. So putting him out there with Kevin Porter Jr. and Jalen Green, who had the best. I mean, they had the best second half out of probably any rookie last year. That was the best second half performance. And yeah, you put him out there with those guys, I think he's going to be fine.
All right, Veronica has a question. She wants to know, do you think Donovan Mitchell and Gobert request a trade from Utah this offseason?
Oh man, I think Donovan. Like I said, it just depends on what direction Utah goes. It depends on who they choose out of Donovan Mitchell and Utah.
Who would you pick out of the?
I'm picking Donovan Mitchell. No doubt. I'm picking Donovan Mitchell over Rudy Gobert. I mean, Rudy Gobert is a definitely inside presence, but I mean, Donovan Mitchell is the superstar of the team. That team gets nowhere without Donovan Mitchell. I mean, you mean to tell me you choose Rudy Gobert over Donovan Mitchell? And Rudy Gobert's not going to be the type of center that's going to win you a championship. He can't be the best. He can't be the best player on Utah, and you can't win a championship with him as the best player on Utah. You can win a championship putting the right pieces around Donovan Mitchell in Utah. You can do that. You definitely do that.
And so the Warriors are up 3-0 over Dallas. What do you think's the Dallas Achilles heel in this matchup? Because picked them at least go 6.
I did too. I picked them. I picked them to lose in 6. I
Me
picked them to
too.
lose in 6. But the problem is, go back and look at the Phoenix Suns and Dallas first round. I think Suns being confident to be able to guard on the perimeter, I think that kind of caught up to him a little bit. You can easily look at the game, and when you tell the Suns was trusting Jay Crowder and Mikal Bridges and Chris Paul to guard Luka, and Luka was able to carve them up. The Suns played nothing but man-to-man defense. Now you look at Golden State, you look at how they playing the team defense. They're getting into a 3-2 zone and to a 2-3 zone, so they're making it hard for Luka to go to the basket. And plus, Coach Kidd really don't got options like that off the bench because other guys are not making shots. You're trying to put Ntilikina in there. He's not making a shot. You're trying to put Josh Green in there. He can't make a shot when they go to the 3-2 zone. So other than Reggie Bullock, he went 0 for goddamn 10 tonight. So how can you be Golden State? How can you be Golden State if you're not shooting the ball well? I understand. Like I say, everybody wants to fight fire with Golden State, but that's the Golden State. That's what position they put you in. They force you to play small ball. They force you to do that because several mismatches on the floor. So again, Golden State does a great job forcing you to play within their hands. When you play small, you're playing within Golden State hands, actually, when you play small. Because they can shoot better than you. They can shoot. Golden State can shoot the basketball. That's the problem. That's one thing. They can shoot your lights out, and Mavericks just can't shoot very good. And I got to credit them. Golden State Warriors team defense on Luka. Team defense. They know they can't stop them individual. They're playing team defense on them and slowing them down a little bit and making them work a lot.
So you got the Miami Heat winning
the finals?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm gonna go on them and say they will win the final because I want Jimmy Butler to win the final. But it wouldn't shock me that Golden State is the better team at all. It would not really shock me. I just got a lot of.
How many games you got that series going at a Heat and Warriors? You got to go in the
7. I'm going to go in 7. Ooh. It's going to go full. I got to go in full 7. The Warriors not going to lose in a 6-game series. That series is going to go full 7 because again, Miami is the most well-rounded team in the league. They're the most well-rounded team in the league. It seemed like they don't even need a Kyle Lowry. Kyle Lowry haven't been out there and they won these games without Kyle Lowry because they got so much depth pieces off of the bench, man. So they're so well-rounded and they play that tough, gritty, stingy defense always. And Eric Spoelstra is a fucking great coach, man. I got Pat Riley.
Damn good coach.
Yeah, Pat Riley is one of the greatest executives of all time. So I got to give credit to that coaching staff and Pat Riley, how he assembled his team.
So what do you think we do with John Wall? He opted in this year.
I think we can. It's a possibility. Like I said, I don't know how this feels. I think it's a possibility that we can cut him. We can let him go. We can probably buy him out. I think it's a possibility.
You think so?
Yeah, I think it's a possibility because again, it'll be hard. I think it's fine. I think the Rockets actually tried to trade him. I think the Rockets actually tried to trade him. I think it's just hard for the Rockets to trade him because of the contract. I just think because of the contract. I just think it makes it hard for him to trade him.
Rick said that John Wall opted in on purpose to get the Rockets to try to start him this year. I don't see why. For what?
For what? I mean, for what? What to start him for? What to start him for? We clearly rebuilding. They clearly agreed on being a rebuilding team. They clearly agreed.
We clearly hit the reset button in that.
Yeah.
Also,
and he agreed well.
And remember last year.
Mm-hmm.
When Wall's like, yeah, I'm ready to play, coach. The year before that, he was giving us problems.
Yep.
And he's like, I'm not playing this game and I'm sitting out. I don't feel like playing. Who says that shit?
No professional says that.
I mean, he clearly, there's been clearly times where John Wall said, I don't feel like playing.
Yep.
And at the time, who's our head coach right now? I forgot his name.
Stephen Silas.
Was new at running the system and everything like that. He was having to put up with Harden shit too.
Mm-hmm.
He was just like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
He was like, okay, cool. And then you had Cousins and Oladipo and all this stuff that was going on once Harden left. So I can understand he didn't know how to handle it. And so when John Wall was threatening not to play, it's like, whatever, dude, And then when we made the announcement after we got rid of Cousins, I think we cut him, didn't we?
We cut Cousins. Yeah, we cut him.
And then we traded. Well, Oladipo rejected the contract.
He rejected the contract.
God.
Yeah, he rejected it.
You know how hard that would have been to try to get rid of him too.
Yep.
Well, yeah. It would have been hard to get rid of him.
Yeah, but I'm glad he didn't kind of sign. I'm kind of happy for him
I'm
too.
happy too.
I'm glad he didn't kind of sign because he didn't want to be in Houston. I didn't think he wanted to be in Houston. No way.
We
I didn't
traded
think.
him. We got Kelly
Yeah,
Olynyk, and I think we got who else from that
we
deal?
got Kelly Olynyk in the deal. We got Avery Bradley. Remember that from the
Oh
Detroit
shit!
Pistons.
What happened to Avery Bradley? We
Avery
cut.
Bradley. I think he went to the Lakers. He went to the Lakers.
Oh shit! So we
Yeah,
just
he went.
cut him. We didn't even
Mhm.
do that. And then Olynyk, I went, and then
We just let him walk after the season. We just let him walk after the
well, I mean,
season.
there's no point,
Yeah, there was no point. Yeah,
in keeping him. I
yeah,
liked him though. Don't get me wrong,
yeah.
but yeah, once we got rid of that, and then we had John Wall.
Mm-hmm.
He was kind of just there, and
Yep.
all his boys were gone, and so at that point we're just like, all right, man, we're just gonna go ahead and completely rebuild. And I think
Yep.
that's when Wall got knew he wasn't gonna play anymore. Anyway,
Yeah,
we didn't give a fuck.
I thought he was gonna play, but I just thought he would have to come off the bench. When we got Jalen Green, I just thought he figured they talk to him and they say, hey, we going with these young guys. Hey, how about you come off the bench? And I didn't think he wanted to come off the bench.
He didn't want to do that.
He didn't want to do that, so I guess they just sat up there and they just agreed on bargaining. Because they weren't where you drop Jalen Green, number 2 overall pick.
Didn't we pay John Wall last year and he didn't play a game? Or this year?
I think we paid him. We had to pay him.
We paid him. He didn't play a game.
Yeah, he didn't play not one game. He sat out. They agreed for him. They agreed to that too, though. They agreed to play another game in Houston until they can figure out something. So,
and then he tried to turn around and say, "Well, I asked them to play me and they didn't want to." I'm like, "No, it was on your terms."
Yep.
And his terms were the start. He wanted to be the starter.
Yeah.
And he wanted to have I forgot, he wanted to shoot so many times. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
No. Like I say again, we're rebuilding, man. We're rebuilding, man. You got to see what these young guys got, it, man. And we've seen a lot of potential this year in the young guys.
Oh,
Josh Christopher is my favorite
from Arizona. He's a good pick. Yeah, I think he could potentially be more in the playing role.
Yeah. Like Josh Christopher is my favorite Rocket. He's my favorite Rocket this year.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, man. I like soon as the dude get on the floor, the dude energy, the dude defense, the dude don't back down. And what I seen in the summer league, that I say, wow, this dude really worked on that jump shot in the summer league was garbage. But during the season, he started knocking that jump 3-point shot down consistently, man. And I like that guy, man. That guy got sneaky athletic.
Okay, so do we trade John Wall before the season starts or during the season? What do you think happens there?
I think we can. It's a chance we get him up out of there before the season start, because I still think he can help out a playoff contender team. I still think he can do that. So it's right to move on from him to get at least like a second round pick, like at least like an early second round, a late first round pick. At least get a late first round pick for John Wall. Somebody in a playoff pitcher that needs a point guard is going to want to.
Do you think we should trade him out of respect?
I think we should. To be honest, I was on that. I was hoping we trade him at the deadline last year. I was hoping we get rid of him, trade him at the deadline last year.
What do you think we get for Eric Gordon?
I think we can get a late first rounder out of him. I think we can get a late first rounder, not an early first rounder. I think we can get a late first rounder from him. I think we can get a value first rounder. We can get late first rounders for John Wall and Eric Gordon, because a playoff team is going to want those guys. A playoff team is going to want those guys, want that shooting, want that ball handling, and a playoff team is going to want to gamble and say, hey, we'll give you a late first round pick to come off of them. And then the Rockets, that's a win right there. You're getting a late first round pick. And it may be another couple of years again before we be in a contender, in a play-in, in a playoff contender rank, because will be no play-in next year. Again, we're going to have possibility we're going to have a top 10, top 15 pick, top 7 pick again. So again, I think having them first round picks from John Wall and Eric Gordon can really help us out, I think.
I like our young squad, man. Yep. I went and saw them in action against the Kings, man, and it was a good game. Like we played them they came to our house in a doubleheader back in April. I think we played them on a Wednesday and a Friday. Yep. I couldn't make the Wednesday game, but I went to the Friday game, and they beat us, of course, both times. But, man, I had a blast.
I had a blast, too. We should have won that game, won both of those games. We was up by double digits on both of those games, so I was watching that game. And like I say, the one game that impressed me more about these young guys, and especially with Jalen Green, that game against the Lakers, man, that dude was just that dude against the Lakers, that home game against with LeBron James, he was nothing but impressive, man. Jalen Greenhouse had some big moments, man. The guy is good, man. Jalen Green's gonna be the guy is coming. The guy is gonna come. He's coming fast. He's coming
Man,
south.
have you got those new city edition? I got the city edition hat.
I haven't gotten it yet.
I
I
just
haven't
don't got
gotten
the
it.
jerseys.
I
I'm
haven't
gonna
gotten
get
it
me a
yet.
Jalen Green, and I'm also gonna get me a Kevin Porter Jr. one.
Yep.
KPJ.
Yep.
Those jerseys are dope.
Yep. I'm actually excited for the rebuild though. I'm actually excited for the rebuild of both squads, really. The Texans and the Rockets. I'm happy for the rebuild on both squads.
Rick said, how many wins do you think you see the Texans getting?
I think we can win 7 games this year.
Damn, you got the ceiling that high for Davis Mills?
I got the ceiling that high, man. I think if he shows improvement anywhere near like he did last year, I think he can take us to 7 games. Win 7 games. I think we can definitely get 7 games. I think this defense is coming. I think this defense is really coming. And Lovie Smith being that defensive coordinator and Pep Hamilton being able to work with Davis Mills, who did a great job with Davis Mills at the end of the season last year. Him being the offensive coordinator, I really see something coming. Again, I think it's going to take us another couple of years for us to get back into playoff contention. But if the pressure is on Davis Mills, he's on the fire. He knows that he doesn't got a guaranteed contract next year. So if he doesn't get the job done, if he wets the bed this year, we got CJ Stroud and we got Tyler Van Dyke right there, and we got Bryce Young. If he decides to shit the bed this year, we can just get one of them. So again, like I say, Davis Mills, if he improved anywhere like he did last year, if he has a better season, we can win 7 games. But I got us 7-10. But I got us. It can be 6-11, and any type of that one of those improvements. Hey, we going in the right direction.
Like I said, I had us at 4. I think it'll be a sophomore year. It'll be a sophomore slump for Davis. So I don't think that we're gonna get like, I don't know. I mean, it's not personal. I'm not saying he's not a good quarterback or can't be there. I just don't think he's gonna be the guy. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'll crow to him. But I think he's gonna regress a little bit.
Yep.
And I think that we're gonna get maybe 3 to 4 wins. So I think last year, how many wins did we get with him? 1?
4. We got. I believe we got 1. We got 1 win with him. Did we?
Right, 1 or 2.
I think it was 1.
We beat the Chargers. I know with him.
We beat the Chargers with him. Yeah, we won 2. Jaguars.
Okay.
The second Jaguars game on the road.
Yeah, I set the bar at 4 because I don't want to be like at 7 or 8 and then I don't get it and I get mad.
Yeah.
So that's why I set the bar so low.
That's the goodest thing about that prediction because again, that don't mean you. I mean, that's the goodest thing about your prediction. If he shits the bed, we just get another quarterback next year. We just get a Bryce Young and Van Dyke. If he does that, he don't got a guaranteed 4-year contract. Like he's not a first rounder. So again, if he shits the bed, again, we get another quarterback next year. We get a Bryce Young or Van Dyke. We get one of those next year or CJ Stroud. So again, if he shits the bed again this year. If he doesn't show no improvement with what he did last year, he already saw all the different coverages already. He already know to get the ball out of his hands fast. He already know what decision making is all about and how to protect the football. So if he doesn't really do better than what he did last year, if he struggles, have an average season, then you're right. We get another quarterback next year.
What do you think the quarterback would be? What do you think? Who would you draft?
It depends on what spot we in. It depends on what actually spot we're in.
What quarterback in particular? Let's just say pretend you had the number 1 pick.
We had number 1 pick. I'm going Bryce Young from Alabama. I'm going Bryce Young for Alabama. If it's the number 1 pick, then we that bad next year, and we the number 1 pick, we got Bryce. You got to go Bryce Young.
Is that good?
I think Bryce Young is pretty good. I think he's solid. But I think CJ Stroud got the most upside, though. I think CJ Stroud might have the most upside, out of him. Because you, like I said, Bryce Young had his Heisman moments a lot. The game against Auburn when he brought him back against Auburn when it was down. The game against Cincinnati, I don't think he did great against Cincinnati. I thought Cincinnati's defense was very well. I just thought Cincinnati offense was just that bad. Desmond Ridder then was just that bad on offense, and they just kind of got exposed a little bit. because Alabama was just that better than Cincinnati. They just was that better than Cincinnati up across the board. But again, I think Bryce Young is gonna be a very good quarterback. But I think C.J. Stroud from Ohio State has the best upside.
Oh, okay. So
Yep.
you go either or.
I go with either one. Either one of them it makes sense for us. I like again CJ Stroud is really good. He turned it on late during the season. He was a freshman last year. Earlier during the season, he had his ups and downs, but last year he just came on middle after the first 3 games, he just came on strong. And I like CJ Stroud's poise in the pocket, accuracy. I like him being able to throw his teammates open and stuff like that. The guy's really good, man. The guy's really good throwing that football.
Damn, that's what's up, man. Like I said, I hope we at least get. Like I said, I got us at 4 wins, but if we get any more than that or close to it, that'd be good enough for me.
Yep.
I like that receiver we got, John Michie the third.
Yeah, John Michie's gonna be fine. That was a great pick, and we moved up to get him again. We moved up, I think, from 44 to 60 to go up there and get him. So in that late, between the second and third round, we traded up twice. To get our linebacker of the future and to get the receiver. So I like, and most of that we used it, the picks that we traded back with Philadelphia to go up. And we still got 3 first-round picks for the next 3 years out of the Watson deal too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we still got 3 first-round picks regardless of how good we looked anyway. If we definitely improve, we still got the 3 first-round picks anyway. Nice. So that's only going to make our team look better. Even if Davis Mills is even better than what he was last year, we still got the 3 first-round picks. So we still got the 3 first-round picks. If he shits the bed, we use one of them on the quarterback next year. In the first round, we use one of them against the quarterback.
So we got an arsenal.
Yep. So we got a future, and we knew, like me and you both said it before when we was on this podcast. We knew that Nick Caserio was going to get those 3 first-round picks, and I'm glad what Nick Caserio did because he didn't rush to trade Watson. He didn't rush him. He didn't rush him at all. Cleveland. We knew soon as that case, they knew that case waited, and he was pleaded innocent. You saw teams immediately jump on him. You saw Cleveland immediately jumped on him. You saw Carolina, Atlanta immediately come and jump on him. And I said, Nick Caserio said all along, I want 3 first-round picks. And I think Nick Caserio done a great job of just holding them and say, hey, we're not giving up until we get those 3 first-round picks. Saying I got to give credit to Nick Caserio from holding on to him.
Oh, yeah, definitely, man. I like our future, man. Like I said, and I like Nico Collins. Also like the Cook signed with us for another 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So we're good on the receiver position, man. Running backs, we're stacked on running backs. Plus, we got one in the draft. That running back.
Damian Pierce is gonna be good, man. I like his energy too. I love his energy. When I looked at that dude interview, and they told him, if you look at his interview, the dude is funny, bro. And the dude film tape is very good, man. The dude is faster than what you think. Catch out of the backfield, run between the time. But when I first looked at his interview, dude looked ready to go out there and play some football. The first thing they asked, him, he said, "How familiar with it you are in Houston?" He said, "I'm not familiar with Houston." He said, "I know they got they got a beautiful state and some pretty girls. They got some beautiful weather and some pretty girls." That's what he said. That's what Damian Pierce first said. But I like his energy. And like I said, he want to play some football. That guy gonna play day one. That guy is ready to play day one. He's gonna play day one. He's definitely.
I know we play Colts in the first game too.
Yep.
Are you going to any Texans games this year?
I may not go to the Texans game, but I may stream a lot of them. I may do a live stream.
I'm going to the Cowboys Texan game.
That's in Arlington, right?
In Arlington.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be there.
A lot of people thinking the Cowboys ain't gonna be that good this year.
Why you say that?
No, a lot of people thinking. I said I think they're gonna be respectable. They're gonna still be respectable. I don't think they're gonna be bad.
I think they'll win the division again.
Oh, okay. I like the bold prediction. I like that bold one. I like it. I like it. Well, what makes you not sold on the Eagles so much? What makes you not so? What turns you off the Eagles?
I think that they can get a wild card spot.
Okay, okay, okay,
I just still think the best team in that division is Dallas.
okay. Well, yep. I mean, like I say, I wouldn't be surprised. I think I got Dallas in second place behind the Eagles. But again, don't be surprised. I'm not gonna be surprised at one bit if Dallas win this division. I'm not gonna be surprised if Dallas win this division. But to me, it's all about the quarterback situation. The weakness that can hold the Eagles back is Jalen Hurts. Really, Jalen Hurts. That's probably that can hold the Eagles back if he don't improve more. He can be very much hold them back.
Man, I can't wait for football season.
Man, I can't wait, man. Like I say, we got no AJ Brown in the division either. We got no AJ Brown in the division, a guy that has killed us throughout the years. And I think that receiver position, I think Derek Stingley can hold that down, man. I think he can definitely hold that down. I think he can hold that down. But he still got to go up against some good receivers too this year, though. But I think he'll be fine. I think Derek Stingley will be fine out there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm already ready for football season. Like I said,
I'm already ready.
I'm going to the Cowboys Texan game. I bought 4 tickets, so I'm going to be bringing Travis and Polson, and then I'm going to leave the 4th one open.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody can get off or anybody wants to go, because anybody can tell you yes now, but then it may be no later. So
yeah,
I leave it open, the discussion. And I'm going to be leaving on the 9th of December, and so the game's on the 11th. And I'll probably be back probably that Monday or Tuesday. So I'm thinking I'm going to stay till the 13th.
Yeah.
13th. And I'm going to leave on I'm trying to leave on I'm trying to leave on a Thursday. I want to get Thursday and Friday off.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm leave Thursday morning and go there and be there from Thursday till Tuesday.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that's my initial plan.
Mm-hmm.
And but like I said, I mean, anybody says that they can go, and I've done this before. Like this kind of like the thing I hate about planning stuff. It's not on my end. It's just on everybody else. It's just, you have to make sure their schedules. You got to make sure they have the money.
Yeah.
Make sure that they put the time. Are their family, friends, and be cool with that, or wife, whatever. So like for me, I can make that decision and say, yeah, I'm going to go to Dallas for 5 days. I'm just going to take off, but that's always not easy for everybody.
Yep. It's always not easy.
Like maybe they can only do it for a day. Maybe they can only do it that day. So then that's when I'm like, okay, well then if you want to go that day, then you have to drive yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm driving out there I'm trying to get my ass out there on Thursday. I first get up at 7 a.m. I'm packing my bags and I'm getting ready to jet to that motherfucker. 5-hour drive. So when I get to Dallas by 1 o'clock, I'm stopping at Lindy's restaurant. I'm gonna get me some badass country fried steak with brown gravy or white gravy, and get some cheese sticks with some fries, and be ready to book my hotel because the check-in's at 2.
Yeah.
So get a room, with 2 beds or whatever. And then get this thing on, and then maybe get into some shit on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday before we even go to the game on Sunday.
Yeah.
And then after the game's over, we still got the rest of Sunday plus Monday to get into some shit. And then Tuesday, of course, is when I want to make my way back to Houston.
Yeah.
So, man, how have you been, man? How's life been for you?
Man, everything been good, man. I've been doing well. I've been streaming a lot with my sports network. The sports network.
How's that been going?
It's been going awesome, man. We got some awesome guys a part of that and stuff like that, man. Everything been going well, man.
Mm-hmm. You've been getting a lot of viewers.
Oh yeah. That's what we do. We help each other. We help each other out. We help each other. Like I say, it's basically double exposure. I say we help each other grow and stuff. A part of the network. We got different shows. And stuff. We got Eagle content creators have their own show. I have a Houston guy. Named Max. He's a Houston Rocket fan. The only thing I don't have is a Texan fan, but I have a Rocket fan alone. But we have and then we got an AFC South round. We got an AFC South podcast as well. We got an AFC South podcast as well. So,
that's pretty badass, man.
Yeah.
How long y'all been doing that for?
We've been doing that. Well, I just got in like a couple of months ago, like 8 months ago, like a year ago. I just got in, and I'm the executive over there, so I'm the executive of it pretty much. Everything's been really going great, man.
Well, I'm glad it's been working out for you, man, and your buddies. You seem like y'all having. How many people you got on your show?
Like it depends. Like we do play by plays together and stuff like that. But me and my homegirl Key, we got 7,200 seconds with it just about football. We starting that. I think we starting that back after the finals. We gonna start predicting the teams and stuff like that. And predicting the records and stuff like that. So it's two of us on the show on that show pretty much, and then we had the NBA Fadeaway podcast, but that's about to get ready to go down because of NBA. And then we got a Philadelphia show. We got a Philadelphia show on. And we about to get this AFC. We got about to get the NBA draft show going with me and my boy EJ coming up, so we can do a lot of mock drafts. And we about to get ready to dive right into football and stuff like that. So me and him gonna have an AFC South roundtable. Have an AFC South, have an AFC South show and stuff, so we can keep up.
You got Colts, Titans, and Jaguars fans on there?
Nah, we don't. We just got Colts. It's 2 Colts fans, no Texans fan. The only Texan fan is me. That's it.
That'd be cool to get some Jaguars and Titans fans on there.
Yeah. And we got Green Bay fans. Matter of fact, we do got a Jaguar fan. His name Kiefer. We do got a Jaguar fan. We do got actually a Jaguar
cool.
fan.
Yeah, we need to get an AFC South roundtable.
Yeah. So we got an AFC South show. We definitely got an AFC South show. So I think we doing one. I think we doing a mock. Me and him doing a mock draft for the NBA draft at 3:00 tomorrow. But we getting ready to get that. We had one episode of the AFC South as well already. We gonna have plenty more throughout training camp and throughout the season.
Man, that's pretty cool. If we can get an AFC South roundtable like on YouTube, that would be dope. I would help you do that, and maybe we could do like a show once a week or something. Since I already know you're committed, we could put like, one guy because I know a bunch of like YouTubers who are like Jaguars and Titans fans. We just got to get some Colts fans, and too. That would be pretty cool. Yeah, we could do like a round table discussion. That would be badass.
Yeah, that would be actually good, right?
So who wins our division this year?
It almost seemed like the Colts got to win the division, man. It always is, but it's just they can't really get it done, man. You just really can't trust them. It seemed like the better team in the division is actually the Colts. Colts. It just seemed that way. Got them going 10-7, but you don't need many wins to get to win this division. You know what I mean? As you've been knowing, you don't need many wins to win this division. I got to go with the Colts, man. I think Tennessee losing AJ Brown is gonna decrease him a little bit. And Treylon Burks already out of shape. He's not coming in OTAs in full shape right now.
Damn.
So Jacksonville, I know they got better, but they overpaid players to come down. So like I said, Christian Kirk, they kind of overpaid him a little bit. They do got Zay Jones over there, but like I say again, I'm not really sold.
Okay, so you got Colts winning the division. Who you got second? Come second in that division.
Got Tennessee. I think we can beat Tennessee though. I think we can actually beat them this year though, actually. Because I think it can get more harder on Derrick Henry because teams are gonna start stacking the box now. Teams are gonna really actually start stacking the box and load up to stop him and try to make Ryan Tannehill beat him with his arm. I really think teams are gonna start really game planning for Derrick Henry now. So I got matter of fact, I'm gonna go with us in second place. I'm gonna go with us. I think we're gonna get second place over Tennessee. I think we can actually beat Tennessee, and we proven that we can compete with Tennessee. No matter what type of team they had, we always proven we can beat Tennessee.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, so who do you got at third?
I got Tennessee and I got Jacksonville.
So you got us dead last?
No, I got a second.
Oh shit! You got a second in the AFC South?
Yep. I know it sounds like a little bit of a reach.
Yeah.
But again, when I look at the rosters, I just like I say, their roster may be looking better than ours, but I think we can still compete, man. I think having Matt, like I don't think we should be scared of Michael Pittman Jr. Really, I really don't think we should be scared of Michael Pittman Jr. I think Michael Pittman Jr. is a good player. Having Derek Stingley over there is going to be pretty good. And don't forget, we got Steven Nelson, who's a pretty good cornerback, too. I forget our slot cornerback, too. I keep forgetting about him. I keep forgetting we had Steven Nelson, too, as a pretty good slot receiver. And Desmond King wasn't too bad last year. He had a rough middle start early in the season, but he came on strong last year. Desmond King was down there our best secondary player.
Okay.
And led us in interceptions last year. So that was a big comeback too. And he also used to be an all-pro corner as well. So again, I like our secondary. More than I did last year.
Who's going to be our starting corners then?
You got King and Stingley. I think King and Stingley will be our top
and then
two
our
corners.
Safeties are going to be
Petrie, and was it Thomas? Petrie and Thomas?
Yeah.
Petrie and Thomas. I believe Petrie and Thomas would be the starting safeties. But I believe Petrie going to play up in the box a little too, though. I believe he's going to play up in the box a little as well. And I believe, and then the starting linebackers, Christian Kirksey, Christian Harris. Christian Harris will be part of that linebacking core. And Veruja Hill. There will be our three probably linebackers. There will be our three linebackers right there. And defensive line, Jonathan Green-Kennard, you got Martin. It's a chance that Roy Lopez can be back there. It's a chance he can be back there. But we got a lot of off defensive line depth too, man. We got a lot of depth on that defensive line. And we also signed Malik Collins too, who was pretty good for us last year, besides getting those big penalties as well. He got a lot of big penalties for us last year too. But we got some nice depth on the defensive line too, man. I like the way we did to that defensive line as well.
Oh yeah, man. We're gonna have a stellar roster. And look, we got a good Rick said facts. We got a real good rebuilding roster for the next couple of years. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nick Caserio and Lovie Smith. And like I say, you can tell every defensive guy that we got in the draft as well, that were all Lovie Smith picks. Lovie Smith had to say so.
Yeah.
You can actually tell because you can see Nick Caserio and Lovie Smith had a fun time at the draft. And it's been a long time since we had guys showing up and hugging each other. They really had a good time.
I said this is probably our best draft since when?
We you know what? We really never drafted bad. We always drafted really good.
Yeah.
We always drafted every draft pick we got paying out pretty much.
I never felt this excited about our draft since. I mean, you can say when we got Hopkins, when we got Watts, when we got Merciless. I don't even think they came out the same years.
No, they didn't come out the same year, but they all were good picks though. They all performed and contribute. They were no bust. The only bust you probably could say was Derek Carr, but I don't blame Derek Carr. That offensive line was too bad. That offensive line beat him.
David Carr?
No, David Carr got their offensive line. Our offensive line got him beat down. Got him beat down. He couldn't take it no more. So it was when Derek Carr actually, if he had an offensive line, I think Derek Carr could have been a good quarterback. I think he would have been a very good quarterback, but the offensive line just got him beat down so bad. So every draft pick we picked it kind of panned it out. Mario Williams, we didn't know nothing about Mario Williams. All we heard that year was Reggie Bush and Vince Young that year. But guess what?
Mario Williams retired. What? I know he went to the Bills, and after that, they just.
I don't know when he actually retired, but he had a couple of good seasons with the Bills before he retired. But his decades in Houston was great, man. They were great in Houston, man. And you remember that night that we had? You remember that year? That was the year that Reggie Bush was coming out, and all we kept hearing Reggie Bush. The Texans are gonna draft Reggie Bush. Then the night before the draft, they said we were going with Mario Williams, and I was like, "Who the hell is Mario Williams? I haven't heard of him." But that proved to be the right pick, though. That proved to be the right pick. I
remember in 2009 when we drafted Kareem Jackson. Everyone was like, "Who the fuck is that?" And I'm saying, yes. Everyone's like, "Oh, who's that?"
From Alabama, I remember that. I remember
Kareem Jackson.
Yeah, he was pretty solid. He pretty solid for us. Yeah, he had some two up and down years, and after that, he came on. It's pretty solid.
Who's he with now?
Denver.
He's still in the league?
Yeah.
Damn.
He played safety. He played safety for Denver. You remember later half in his career, we moved him to safety.
Old man Kareem Jackson, Rick says. I didn't think he
Yep.
was still in the league. How old is he? 40? I'm like, no.
He's still in the league. He played for
Late
them.
20s.
He played. He signed in the offseason. He signed back on a 1-year deal with Denver. Yeah, I remember Kareem Jackson. He played.
Yeah.
He played. We moved him to safety later part of his career. We moved him to safety. We actually moved him to safety, and he was pretty solid. He was
Whitney Merciless retired. I didn't know that, bro.
Yeah. Whitney Merciless retired. Yeah, he retired. He retired quickly.
So he went to Green Bay and just never panned out?
Never panned out in Green Bay. His best
utilize him or didn't. I guess he just got too old, maybe.
Yeah, I think he started the decelerating a little bit. A little bit and stuff. He started to slow down a little bit. But hey, his best years was, I say, here in Houston. His best years was here.
What about JJ Watt, man? I kind of feel bad because we've given him good years, don't get me wrong. He's had some playoff runs. The infamous 24-0 run that, to the Kansas City.
Yep.
Was our best chance to probably win everyone in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
At least in this era.
Yep.
Unless things change in the next 4 or 5 or 6, 7 years. Who knows?
Yep. That year.
Yeah, but JJ Watts went to Arizona. He's had injuries. I know he's with the Cardinals again 1 more year.
Yep.
So what do you think happens? Do you think the Texans bring him back on like a 1-year retirement tour?
I would love that. I would love him to close his career as a Texan. I would love it. Not gonna lie, I would love him to close.
I put it like this. I think JJ Watt will play his last year in Arizona there. And then I think he has 2 options. One, he can go to Pittsburgh and play with his brother. Number 2, he can come to Houston and we'll give him a nice retirement tour, like Kobe did.
Yeah.
We can do something like that. Because honestly, I know JJ's 33. He might got maybe 2 more years in him. But I think, a linebacker at 35, 36, they'll probably start bringing him off the bench on 3rd down scenarios. He won't really get like that same, attention that he used to get,
Yeah.
What do you think happens with JJ Watt? Do you think he retires in Arizona? Do you think he goes somewhere else? Like, how many more years do you think he got left?
I think he got a couple of more good years left in him. It depends. I think at this point of his career, he wants to win a championship. He's trying to get into a best position to win a championship. I don't know if Arizona is that team that can win a championship over there.
He's got 1 more year with them, obviously.
Yeah, he's actually got 1 more year, so it's up to them if they want to bring him back. But I would love him to end his career in Houston. Yeah. I think either way, he's going to retire as a Texan. When he called it,
what do you think about DeAndre Hopkins and this steroid scandal?
Man, like I said again, I condone DeAndre Hopkins for owning up to what he did. I actually condone him as a man.
He owned up to it.
Yeah, he owned up to it, and he owned up to it. He said he got to watch what he do. He got to watch what he take. He got to watch what he do. So he owned up to it as a man. I think he did a great job of owning up to it and taking that punishment again. But we're gonna see how Arizona fit, how good they're gonna be without Hopkins. But Kyler Murray has not shown that he can win without DeAndre Hopkins. He has not really shown that he can do that without DeAndre Hopkins, really. And Watson won 4 games with him. He won 4 games without him and had his best season without DeAndre Hopkins.
Rick says I'm going to have to rock a Nico Collins jersey this offseason. Yeah.
Yep. Hey, man, Nico.
I want to get me a Nico Collins, and I want to get me a I might rock a Cooks. Hell, I may even rock a John Michie III.
Hey, he gonna be. Brandon Cooks. Collins. He showed some pretty good upside last year. He showed some late last year. He showed some pretty good upside.
Rick said, "I already want football season to start. Fuck basketball and baseball."
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to preseason. I love baseball because the Astros winning. Shit,
Yeah,
I
this
love it
is
because they winning.
we're still in the first 40 games though of
Yeah,
baseball,
we still in
right?
the first 40 games. Yeah, man, we got a long way to go,
Another
but
120 million baseball games.
got a
Endless
long way to
fucking
go.
baseball.
The only reason you want football, baseball season over is your team ain't winning, but the Astros, hey, our Astros winning though, so they got a chance every year to get back in the damn World Series though.
Rick said this time of the year sucks because there's hardly any basketball on. Now it's every other day.
Don't worry.
And
Hey, guess what? College coming back soon. College
yeah,
will be.
college football, bro.
Yeah, college
You know
football.
what game
Yeah.
I'm trying to rock?
What?
I'm trying to go to that Longhorns Bama game.
Oh shit! They gonna beat the break.
Yes.
They gonna beat the brakes off us. You
You
try?
think so?
Yeah, I think Alabama gonna beat the brakes off us, man. I'm not a big Sarkisian fan though either. Though I'm not a big fan of him.
Rick said, who
Actually,
are they starting at quarterback for Longhorns?
I haven't kept up with it. I think you kept up with him probably more than I.
Ears or whatever his name is, the kid with the mullet. We're gonna start him.
Oh, he's gonna be the starter.
Yeah,
He's pretty good.
absolutely.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
What about Peyton Manning's son or grandson? What is it?
Yeah, Archie Manning, little Archie
That's
Manning.
his son, ain't it?
Yeah,
That's
he hasn't
Peyton
made a commitment. I don't
Or
think he
that's
made a
Eli's
commitment
son.
yet. Yep. That's Peyton. I think that's Peyton Manning's son, I believe.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
When's he coming to college? Next year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
He haven't committed yet, though. He haven't committed to nobody yet. I think he
where
came on a
goes.
visit. I think he came on a visit to Houston.
Ooh, really?
Yep, he did. Yep. To not to Houston, but to Texas. To Texas, he did. He did
Oh, he
come on
went
a
to the
visit.
Longhorns?
Yeah, he came on a visit to Texas. He didn't go to him. He didn't commit. He did come on a visit though.
Ooh, I would love to have him.
Yep, I would love to have him as well. We supposed to be going to the SEC soon, but I don't think it, like I said, I don't like that move.
Yeah, we're
at
not
all.
going to SEC this year.
When we going?
I'm predicting it's probably not even going to be for another couple of years.
I just hope we can stay in the Big 12. I hope we can stay in the Big 12. Cause I don't
Honestly,
like it.
I don't even want to go to the SEC.
I don't, man. We not gonna have a chance going over there. We not gonna have a chance to win the football game.
Go.
Basketball, Texas gonna compete, but football, hell no. We don't get the crap kicked out of us in football over there. I'd rather stay in the Big 12. I'd rather just stay in the Big 12. But I know we just at least just have a shot. Because every single year you gotta go through Bama and Georgia, man. Those are the top recruiting schools too. Those are the top recruiting schools, man.
I think if anything, we should have kept the Big 12
going,
and we could have recruited more schools. But I think going to the SEC was kind of like a big mistake.
Yep. Like I said, I understand probably for the money wise part, but
in ratings and stuff.
Yeah, ratings and shit.
We're gonna be in the same division with LSU and Arkansas. It's gonna be Oklahoma, Texas, LSU, Arkansas. That should be interesting.
Yep. So I think we still gonna see Alabama though.
Yeah, no, this year I think we play Louisiana Monroe. Yeah, and then we host Bama, and then we host another team. Let me see who it was.
That's all Steve Sarkisian. I think Steve Sarkisian. That's all Steve Sarkisian.
I don't think we'll make the playoffs for the Longhorns. I mean, I would hope so.
No, hell no.
It's still you're picking the best four schools.
No, hell no.
That's going to be We play LA Monroe, then we host Bama, and then we host UTSA. Believe it or not, our first three games are at home. All of our
UTSA is pretty solid though. They're not bad. They're not.
If we could beat Bama and LA Monroe, I mean, I think we can go 3-0. Then we go at Texas Tech.
Mm-hmm.
We host West Virginia,
which is who they not pretty that good.
Yeah, and then we go at Oklahoma. Of course, that's a big.
That's going to be always the toughest game.
And then we host Iowa State, and then we go at Oklahoma State. Then we go at Kansas State.
Oklahoma. Is we ranked? Oh no.
Not yet. No, they haven't even came out with any of it yet.
All right.
But if we beat Bama, just hypothetically, if we can beat them, then we can we'll be ranked number 1 or 2. Bruh. So this game against Bama is everything, dude. If we can beat them on a national stage, you know they're already gonna put that game on Fox.
Yep, they already put that game. I may it depends on what time the game is. I may do that game. I may be doing
It's
that game.
possibly going to be 11 a.m. or 12 noon, but there's a possibility that they could move that game to a late game. And I'm trying to go. Rick says the cheapest tickets for Alabama Texas game is $250. Oh, that's affordable. I would love, like I said, I've never been to a Longhorns game. I would always want to go. Why not against Bama? Bama comes our house.
Yep.
I don't know, man. College football just has a different feel to it.
It does.
It to me, I've been to tailgating parties for college football. Like I went to a Rice tailgating party once. I got invited by a friend. I went to a U of H one, and man, those parties get lit. I'm talking about, man, they know how to party at a college football game. Man. It just has a different aura than NFL. I don't know why. It can't explain it. It's hard to explain, but it's fun going to a college tailgating party. It's fun, bro.
You think it because it's the students?
I think it's just the atmosphere, just a whole atmosphere in general. They just know how to, it's just, I don't know, maybe it's just because the players are doing it for free and, the player, and it has just a different feel. Maybe that's just me. Veronica said, do you think Georgia repeats as champions?
Possibility. Yep. I think it's possibility they could. I think possibility they would. Besides Alabama, I think long as Kirby Smart and Georgia stay, Kirby Smart and Georgia stay competitive, and they're gonna be in a championship run every single year. They'll be one of the top 4 teams every single year because of Kirby Smart. And who would not want to go to a championship level type of team? Who would not want to do that?
Man,
Kirby Smart recruiting.
I want Texas to stay in the Big 12.
That's what I want. I won't say that. I don't know.
I don't want to go to the SEC. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just don't want to.
That's too much.
I don't want to go over there. I know they're gonna say, "Well, you get to play Bama every 4 years." I'm like, I don't care about all that.
You don't have a chance in the SEC.
Us going to Tuscaloosa, we're going to Tuscaloosa next year when we go at Bama. I don't really care. I don't care if we're, this is going to give us the schedule better SEC opponents. I don't care about all that. I just want to make the Big 12 better.
Yep. Like I say again, man, we're not gonna have a chance. We're not gonna have a chance going in this. We don't.
How's your Little League going, man?
Oh, it's going well. It's going well. We started training camp. We started training camp already. But I haven't been because of the playoffs, NBA playoffs. So I'm gonna go after the playoffs. I'm gonna pretty much go after the playoffs.
How many games does your Little League have?
Like about 14 games. 14.
Damn.
Yep.
How many teams make the playoffs?
Every team get a shot to make the playoffs. Every team, the top 7 teams get to make the playoffs.
How many teams are in the league?
We have I think we have a 8-team league.
And how many get in? 8?
The top 7.
So how do they do that? The number 1 seed gets a bye?
The number 1 seed, I think the number 1 seed get a bye. The number 1 seed get the 7th seed, get the last seed.
Nah, but 1, 7, 2, 6.
Hold on. I think it's the
top 8. So you're saying all
top 8? Yeah, it's the top 8. So we got 12. I think we got 12 total teams in.
And 8
the top 8 get in. The top 8 get in. Huh?
Did your team get in?
Hell yeah, we went to the Super Bowl.
Did y'all win?
Nah, we lost it, but we got in though. We got into the Super Bowl.
Okay, so the 12 teams play. See, it's an 11-game season.
About 11-game season. Yeah, you're right. You're right about that.
Okay, and then so after your 11 games, you do the top 8.
Yep, and that's the playoffs picture. Yep.
And then where do y'all play at? Where do y'all play at a neutral site?
Yeah, we play in a neutral site. We play in a neutral site with all the teams. Where do y'all
normally play at? Where do y'all play all y'all's games at?
We play in a middle school type. We play in the middle school type fields.
Damn.
Middle school type field.
How long you been coaching Little League?
Since I was 18.
Damn, that's what's up.
Yep.
Are you the head coach?
Now I'm not the head coach. I'm the assistant coach. I'm
Bet.
the assistant coach. I coach 4, 5, and 6-year-olds.
Nothing wrong with that. So like,
Mm-hmm.
is it like flag football?
Yep. Flag football, 4, 5, and 6. Yep. Flag football.
Is it 7-on-7? Is that?
No, it's 11 on 11. 11 on 11.
That's nice,
Yeah,
man.
11
I'm
on
happy to see
11.
you're giving back to the community and you're doing something nice. You know.
Yep. Yep. Always doing something good, man. I always try to do whatever it takes to help people out or help somebody out.
Well, shit. All right, Dante. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and holler at you, man, because I'm about to
All
get
right, man.
out of here. I appreciate for having you on, man. I'm definitely gonna catch up with you, man.
All right, man. Thank